And that was Etta James in the Basement. This is the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio. We are bringing you guys the coolest indie music that the whole world has to offer, because everybody's local to somewhere.
They are.
And this is show number 242, and we are brought to you by Merle's Music, one of the coolest little music stores in the world as well. Just ask anybody that works there.
They'll tell you.
Bootsy, how are you doing?
I'm kind of like, I'm glowing. Is that what they say in the South?
Yeah.
I'm sweating, man. It's humid in here.
Well, that and we were down at out at Lions Club Park today for the cancer benefit.
Yep, Paige Newkirk and James Tharp have foundations that support families, caregivers for people who have cancer. I if you were listening to the show earlier or the station earlier today, you would have heard Stan talk about how much support the caregivers need, especially when those caregivers are having to care for a child.
That's right. Yeah, but it's still going on out there. Bootsy and I were just out. We went back, just to check on everything, and a real cool band was playing when we got there from out of Houston, Texas.
The Rise of the Broken.
Yeah, and then Motives in Motion took the stage after that. We stayed for a few songs by them. That's a brand new band here in Rolla, Missouri.
They're probably still on stage right now.
They probably
are. If you're out and about and driving around.
Yeah. Yeah, but we've got a great show lined up for you guys tonight. We're going to start it out with a band called Broken Chords from out of Hertfordshire, UK. Across the pond there, doing a little tune called Your Moves. And then Exit World from out of Chicago, Illinois, doing a tune called The Rain. And then Fuzzy Happy from right here in Rolla, Missouri, doing a tune they wrote called Heathen. So sit back and relax on this humid little Sunday afternoon. This is Broken Chords doing Your Moves.
This is Mini Steve with the St. Pat's Board.
And this is Dylan with Somewhere Else Bar and Grill.
And you're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio. Woo!
Hi, this is Phil from Relentless in Rolla, Missouri, and you're listening to the Basement Tape Show.
Fuzzy Happy right there from right here in Rolla, Missouri, doing a little tune called Heathen. I kind of like that raw sound they got there. And then before that, a song called The Rain by Exit World. Nice laid-back song right there for this Sunday.
Yeah, that was off the CD that we got in the mail last week from Randy of Exit World.
And we started out with a tune called Your Moves from Broken Chords from out of the UK there. Cool song started out with a little rock and roll there for you. Hey, this is the Basement Tapes with Nick and Bootsy if you just tuned in. And we are bringing you guys the coolest indie music in the world. We've got some more great music lined up. And after this next set, we're going to be talking to a band out of Springfield, Missouri called Paralandra. So you're going to want to stick around for that for sure.
Yeah, I think they're sitting around in the backyard relaxing while they're waiting for our call.
Hopefully they're having a little barbecue and enjoying a icy cold one.
I hope so.
All right. Hey, this next set we're going to start out with Rum Drum Ramblers from out of St. Louis, Missouri, doing a tune called I Ain't Mad With You. And then after that, Brad Strain out of McBride, British Columbia, Canada, doing a tune called A Sun and Sand. That sounds like a good plan there.
Yeah, we've been talking about a sun and sand vacation, so that just fit right in with my mood.
And then we're going to wrap it up on this set with Mars Needs Guitars, a band out of Alton, Illinois, doing a tune called Scratched Out Blues Revision 6. So, hey, you're in the basement with Nick and Bootsy. This is Rum Drum Ramblers.
Woo, baby, have never turned me away. Oh, that's came on a little too strong. That was one pretty mama. Oh, maybe I came on a little too strong. I was thinking that you like it, baby. Hey, hey, child is alright, oh, it's not wrong. I went on and told her, no, baby, I ain't mad with you. I ain't mad. No, baby, I ain't mad with you. I ain't mad. No, baby, I ain't mad with you. I ain't mad. No, baby, I ain't mad with you. I ain't mad with you. I ain't mad with you, no. Oh, I ain't mad with you. I ain't mad with you in the heart. I ain't mad with you, baby. Now what I am, I ain't mad with you, baby. I think you're gonna know in a man. I ain't happy with you, baby. I think you're gonna know in a man. Hey, no, hey, no. I ain't happy with you, baby. I think you're gonna know in a man. Hey, no, hey, no. I ain't happy with you, baby. I think you're gonna know in a man. All right, boy.
This is Eric Metz, and you're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy.
This is Ted from XAD, and it's 2015. We would like to give some love to Nick and Bootsy for being amazing, playing us, and so good for indie music.
All right, let's do it. Scratched Out Blues, take 9.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
I got 13 cents in my old blue jeans. I ain't no love, I know what that means. My wallet's on empty and it ain't no joke. It kicks a man down when he's always broke. I got the scratched out blues. I got the scratched out blues. scratch a living all day. When the bills keep coming, but you can't pay, and it keeps on raining most every day. Helpless feeling down in your soul. Don't you feel your future is black as coal? You got the scratched out blues. You got the scratched out blues. You got the scratched out blues. I'm trying to scratch a living all day. Turning, but times are hard. I got standing water out in my yard. I got trouble so bad that I can mention. And so broke I can't pay attention. I got the scratched out blues. I got the scratched out blues. I got the scratched out blues. I'm trying to scratch a living all day. I got the scratched out blues. 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 I'm trying to scratch a living all day.
All right.
Good stuff right there. That was Mars Needs Guitars from out of Alton, Illinois, doing a tune called Scratched Out Blues, Revision 6. Before that, Sun and Sand by Brad Strang, and we started it out with I Ain't Mad With You by the Rum Drum Ramblers from out of St. Louis.
I have to say something about the Rum Drum Ramblers. They're actually one of the bands that has been nominated for the Riverfront Times 2015 Blues Band of the Year.
That's pretty cool. I want to go see those guys. Definitely, that would be a great concert. Hey, we've got some special guests that would like to be in the basement, but they're in Springfield, Missouri. We've got Paralandra on the phone with us. I think it's Nick and Cassandra, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
How are you guys doing over there in Springfield tonight?
Well, we're doing good. We're recuperating from a really late show we had in Lebanon last night.
Oh, did they? I guess it went really good then.
Yeah, it was awesome.
We didn't get home till 5 a.m., so...
Oh, my gosh.
We had a Dumb and Dumber moment, I'm not going to lie. Bass player Josh decided to lead us home, but he took us to St. Louis instead of Springfield.
Oh, no.
Talk about out of the way.
Good night, yeah.
Well, sometimes it takes one little wrong turn and you end up in St. Louis somehow.
Yeah, north and south are two pretty different directions.
So, you guys played with T.R.O.Y last night, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. First time, actually.
I hadn't thought about it when I talked to Nick earlier today. I know you're going to be playing with them again, and we have them scheduled for an interview like the one that you're doing here in the basement, but they're also going to be playing in Rolla at a local venue here this summer, too, so we get to go see them live, too, without having to go to St. Louis or Springfield or Columbia. We just get to go to town.
Yeah, they've got, we're doing a few dates with them. Like I said, we played with them last night, and then we do another show at the Outland Ballroom in Springfield on July 10th. And they recently won, they're, for, what do they do? I think they won the Uproar Tour Rockstar Energy drink something, some kind of contest.
It's huge. It's the Ernie Ball Battle of the Band.
Oh, that is a big deal.
So, yeah, they're getting on that.
So they get to go on tour big time then, don't they?
Yeah, we both got some good stuff going, so we figured we'd team up and see what happens.
Well, tell us a little more about Paralandra. Who's in the band, and what kind of music do you guys like to play?
So my name's Cassandra. I'm in the band. I am...
I don't think they knew that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the singer, and I play guitar. And then over here is Nick. He's our drummer. And then my dad, Paul Carson, he's our other guitar player, and Josh Poole is our bassist. So we've got a little family thing going, me and my dad. It's really fun. But the type of music that we play, is, you could compare it to, like, Foo Fighters. We've been compared to Hailstorm a lot. So it's, like, really energetic, driving, melodic rock. I guess is a good way to describe it.
That's a good way to describe it. I've heard it. That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, Cassandra, do you write most of the lyrics, or do you have help with that from Dad, or what goes on when you, as far as your songwriting process is concerned?
Yeah, well, everybody has a say in all of our songs, but usually it starts with an idea from myself or my dad. We both write music and lyrics. So I wouldn't say one person does more of one thing or the other. But yeah. So I write a lot of our lyrics, but that's how it starts. Is he'll bring a riff or a melody to the table, and then we just kind of expand on it.
Cool. Well, if you guys out there that are listening to the show right now want to check out Paralandra, they've got plenty of pictures and a very cool Facebook site. So jump on your computer while you're listening to the radio and pull them up and check them out on Facebook real quick, and give them a quick like and tell them Nick and Bootsy sent you from the Basement Tapes.
And speaking of Paralandra, where did that name come from?
Oh, well, it's actually a book by C.S. Lewis, and my dad was reading it the time we formed the band. And we thought it was really cool, so we changed a few letters and made it our own.
Had to change the spelling for copyright, but you know.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's where we got it. It's really cool. It's like if you haven't heard of it, it's part of C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy, the second book, and it's about like a Garden of Eden on another planet. It's kind of cool. And if you've seen our CD, it's kind of based out of the Garden of Eden. Whenever you see the artwork and stuff like that, so. Kind of ties in, yeah.
That's cool. So you guys are like standing in the Garden of Eden on your album cover.
Well, we've got like shadow figures that are.
It's kind of an abstract kind of thing. I went to school for graphic design and stuff, but you can get the hint of the Garden of Eden kind of thing through it, but it's just a theme. But.
So who created the artwork?
I did, yeah. I do all of our poster designs and CD design, most of the promotional kind of stuff. And speaking of like links and stuff, like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all that stuff, like I provide all the promotional files and stuff like that for us. So that helps.
And that's got to be a lot of work in itself, isn't it?
We're very, very lucky.
Hey, any band is lucky to have their own graphic artist as part of the band.
Yeah, and then like the advertising and marketing, and I studied all that in college, and then as soon as I graduated in 2013, we started this band, so I was able to kind of carry over my different kind of skill to this. So.
Good timing.
So you said the band started around 2013?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, this month is our 2-year anniversary.
Really?
Yeah.
Got a lot done in 2 years.
I was going to say, you guys really have, and you've got a good, tight sound for just being together for 2 years. Well, let's give everybody a chance to take a listen to a song by you guys. We're going to start it out with a tune called Alive. Tell us a little bit about that one, Cassandra.
Okay. Alive is actually a song that my dad wrote all by himself. He was going through some stuff at his job, and I won't go into details, I guess, but he was just kind of frustrated with where he was at, and out of all of his anger and frustration came this song, and it's very empowering. It's just about living your life to the fullest and not, I guess, just, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a word. Not staying with the regular, I don't know, call of society, I guess. Not doing what everybody tells you you're supposed to do. So, just going out being yourself and doing what you're called to do.
All right. Well, you're in the basement with Nick and Bootsy and Nick and Cassandra from Paralandra, and this is one of their tunes called Alive. Check it out. That was Alive by Paralandra from out of Springfield, Missouri. And we have them here in the basement. Well, they're in Springfield right now, but we've got them right here, too. You guys, that was whoever produced that, and mixed that, did an awesome job. That is some great stuff.
He's a pretty awesome dude. He actually, his name's we call him JDB, but he was a producer for Petra, did most of their albums, and he's our neighbor here in the Ozarks. So, yeah, he's really good at what he does, for sure.
We got some other neighbors down there in your area. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils still have a studio down there in Springfield somewhere. I haven't had the opportunity to go hang out with those guys for a while, but Bootsy and I were playing a little gig one time here in Rolla, and Steve Cash from the Daredevils happened to come in, so we started playing Standing on the Rock by those guys. And man, Steve Cash come right over and just stood there with a smile on his face the whole time.
Oh, that's cool.
So are you guys, I'm sure you're familiar with Ozark Mountain Daredevils, right?
Yeah, I actually work with their keyboard player, Kelly Brown.
Oh, no kidding. That's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Cassandra, I have to know, this is something that's just been driving me crazy ever since this conversation started. Now, people get in bands with their husbands or their boyfriends or their girlfriends or their siblings, but I don't know of very many people that get started in a band with their dad. How did that happen?
Well, he's been in bands ever since I was born, and before then, and so I've just grown up, around him being in bands and music, and it's just something that I've always dreamed about, is being in a band with my dad. I just always thought that would be the coolest thing ever, and always looked up to him a lot, and so I was finally able to start something with him a few years ago, and it's just been great. I'm really glad that we were able to do it.
Well, if your dad's anything like me, and I'm getting up there in age too, Bootsy and I, but when I was a kid, I told my mom, I said, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be a musician, and she says, now make up your mind, son, you can't do both. So I got a feeling your dad's probably about the same way with that.
Yeah, we get a lot that he's called the brother. Some people get him confused. With age-wise and stuff.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
usually think that we're dating. Or
yeah, they're dating or something.
Well, since you grew up in music, Cassandra, I'm assuming that you got a lot of your taste in music and the type of music that you like from your dad.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of my favorite bands are, they're from the 80s. So I have groups like Van Halen and Guns N' Roses and Poison and Brat, and all the awesome hair bands of those years, and also very heavily influenced by the Beatles, which my dad really loves them too. So we share basically the exact same music interest, and so it's easy for us to write together because we're very similar in those tastes. But yeah, it works out really well.
Well, I hope you take this the good way, but Bootsy and I were listening to the song just now, and I mentioned that you could hear just a slight tint of Pat Benatar in your vocals.
Oh.
Hey, you can tell we're old. We're from the 70s. So that's usually what we relate to. But speaking of influences, Nick, what about you? You're the drummer. What kind of influence do you have?
Well, I'm going to go on a little tangent here. Where I come in the songwriting process is sometimes I might have a riff of my own, or me and Josh might have it, and we just kind of throw it at everybody, and it kind of happens after that. But most of the time I kind of come in and mold what Cassandra and Paul have done. And what I like is the modern kind of stuff. That's all I really... I listen to the 80s and all that kind of stuff that everyone else does, but my forte is the modern stuff, and I feel that I can bring that modern edge like we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to cut a new EP and kind of modernize our sound a little bit and get serious with it. But my influences are a lot on the heavier side, actually, and that's kind of what I bring to the band, is the modern, hard-hitting edge of the rhythm and stuff. But I like I like Christian music. I also like secular stuff. I mean, I listen to Disturbed, Slipknot sometimes, and then literally right after it, I'll go to Dolly Parton and listen to something. So, but mostly I like the hard-hitting, heavy riff kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's me. A little different than the Beatles and stuff like that.
Can either one of you speak for Josh? I mean, how did Josh happen into this little group that you got?
Well, Josh and my dad have been playing in bands for 20 years.
Okay.
Together. Yeah, whenever my dad and I started this thing, you know, I had been talking to Nick a little bit, when he was in college, and found out that he played drums, and I was like, oh, we should jam sometime. And so then we got him in there and played a few of our songs with him. We're like, yeah, we got to keep him. Can't let him go. And so after that, it was just kind of a no-brainer. We needed to get Josh on board because he's always been part of the family and part of our musical endeavors. So, yeah.
And we're still here.
Well, 2 years is just a short amount of time, believe me. And you know, one thing I tell a lot of these real young bands that come in is, you know, but change is inevitable. And, you know, it just happens. I'm sure, Cassandra, you've seen that with your dad's bands over the years. You know, that's something that life happens and somebody's got to go off and do this or that, or stuff happens. You know, but
yeah, you've got to be flexible for sure.
Oh yeah. Now we know all of the venues around this area, and like St. Louis and Columbia and stuff. So where do you guys normally play down there in Springfield?
We play. Well, we don't really play a lot in Springfield, to be honest. But when we do, it's Cartoons, Oyster Bar and Grill. They're really cool, and they let us play there. There's also the Outland Ballroom. They usually drive in a lot of national acts, so we can go in there and like open for some big names, or if we want to do our own show, we can always do that too. But that's a good place to do that kind of stuff in Springfield. Classic Rock Coffee, yeah, that's a new chain that just started here in our hometown, and they're actually going worldwide, which is great. But it's like a coffee shop, but it's classic rock themed, and they've got a big old stage and cool lighting, and so.
Well, that's a little different, isn't it?
Yeah.
For a coffee shop.
Yeah. It's different. It's definitely an experience. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. So it's a lot of fun. I'm really glad that we have it. It's cool.
So where was the first place that you ever played?
First time we ever played was at the Ozark Empire Fair.
Yeah.
I work at Palin Music Center, and we've got our own stage at the fair, and so I was able to talk to the manager and get us on the stage and everything, and that was the first time we ever played together.
I was wearing my Palin Music t-shirt just the other day when I was working on the farm.
There you go. Do a shameless plug.
Hey, we're nothing if not shameless.
Hey, let's do another song. What do you say?
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, the next one's called Rise Up. Tell us about that one.
Rise Up is a shred fest.
Yeah.
Period.
One we like to do live because we do. It's pretty much a show-off song, but
yeah, it's actually a song that my dad and I and my brother wrote together. It's whenever we had our own little band before Paralandra started. My brother was the drummer. But yeah, this is just kind of one of the songs we had a lot of fun writing. We just took all of our music and we just put it into this one song, just made it as crazy as possible, basically.
Well, I tell you what, I always say on songs like that, if your stereo goes from 1 to 10, crank it up to 11. This is Paralandra doing Rise Up. Wow, well, that is tearing it up.
Yeah, that was a shredder, all right.
I think I got a new favorite song of the week.
Thank you very much.
By the way, I need to ask you this. Are you guys able to hear these songs?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because we had somebody in here a couple of weeks ago that I didn't have the right button pushed, and every time we played a song, he couldn't hear it until like the very last one that we played. And I wanted to make sure I had the right button pushed.
We were looking at each other wondering if we should talk when we were listening to the songs or not. We didn't want to be live and
no, you can because when we play the songs, I turn everybody's fader down, so you can just talk all you'd like.
That would have been funny.
Oh, believe me, it's happened before. We, sometimes on shows, but you never know what's going to happen in the basement with Nick and Bootsy.
You never know. Live radio is quite an adventure.
So what's coming up next for you guys? You say you're working on a new EP. Tell us about that.
Yes, we are. Pre-production for it actually begins June 29th, 30th, and then the 1st of July. And we've got a producer who actually owns a developing or an artist development firm in Cleveland, Ohio. So he's going to come down to us and pre-produce us, work with us a little bit on our 5 songs. We're going to do an EP of 5 songs. We'll do 1 single and then 4 other ones that are really our best that we have to offer as of now. And after that gets done and we record it, we're going to hopefully record it either the end of August or beginning of September, and we'll actually go to Ohio for that. Spend a week doing that up there. And then after that, we're going to bring on the manager of the firm, hopefully, and he's got some plans for us, and he's going to shop it to the right people, and hopefully some good stuff happens. But that's our plan. And until then, we're still booking, and we've got a lot of good shows coming up. So.
Well, I know you've got a show coming up next weekend at the Social Room in Columbia.
Yeah.
We're going to be there for that one. You can bet on it.
Good deal. Yeah, that's going to be good. We're excited to go to the new venue. We've heard a lot about it. But before that, we've got a show this week, June 17th. We're going to be at venue 3405 in Joplin. We're going to open up for Art of Dying and Romantic Rebel, and then the June 20th show at the Social Room, and we'll see you guys there. And then after that, we're at Buffalo Run Casino June 26th and 27th, and then we record our EP. So we've got a busy several months here.
That sounds good, though, man. Yeah, and you're going to love this place called the Social Room there in Columbia. It's Bootsy and I had the opportunity to go to it the second night it was open, and from the street, it looks like a beauty parlor. And then you walk in the first door, and there's another door just about 4 feet in front of you, but there's a payphone in this little bitty room. And you got to pick up the payphone and tell them the password. And when you say the password, the other door opens up all by itself. And you walk past the beauty chair, the salon chairs, right? And there's a big mirror wall on the back, and you push on this big mirror wall, and it opens up into the bar that you don't even know it's there. It's so cool.
Yeah, you think you're in a beauty parlor.
Yeah, Cassandra actually had some friends tell her about it.
Yeah, one of my friends was just telling me about this.
We didn't know it was the Social Room.
Yeah, I didn't know it was the Social Room. But he said, we were talking about shows, and he mentioned this place that his friend took him to, and he was like, oh, it's kind of creepy, and we had to get a password, and it was just like off of a movie or something.
It is. I mean, it's just like the old speakeasies back in Prohibition time, And and then whenever you walk into the first bar room, you're walking down the hallway that's on the side of it, and there's this big knick-knack shack or rack, and you push on that rack, and it opens up into another bar.
What?
Yeah.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah, so you're going to have a lot of fun. And the stuff they got, all the shelves and stuff made out of and behind the bar, like one bar has a hollowed-out baby grand piano body with shelves put into it, and then the other shelves are made out of hollowed-out guitar amplifiers. It is just the coolest place ever.
Awesome.
Oh,
I'm glad to
I'm really excited, yeah.
Yeah, you are really, really, really going to enjoy it. So, out of curiosity, you've been together for 2 whole years now, and it sounds like you've really got some future plans for EPs and beyond. And I just wanted to know if you've got a world tour on your plate coming up.
I don't know about a world tour, but hopefully
it's happening.
We like to say in a humble way, we really do. But I mean, like I said, we've got a lot of goals, and we're keeping them attainable for now. Like I said, you know, being humble about it, we feel we do have a good product, and
you got a great product.
You know, I mean, why not? I mean, me and Cassandra are young. Paul and Josh aren't, but you know.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, they'll keep it. They'll be able to keep up with you guys. You just watch.
It all the time, you know.
Hey, we know of another young band up in Canada called Stone River, and they just got back from their first European tour ever. You know that they did, and they said it was just crazy. The people over there love the bands from the United States and Canada. So,
yeah, we've heard like in Europe a lot of people like rock music, and we would like to honestly test the waters over there if things go good. But once we get on with management, I don't know about a world tour. We'll just have to. I know a tour is definitely in the works, but we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah. And where do you plan to go on your first, not quite worldwide tour?
Well, I don't even know.
Honestly, I
where would you like to go?
Yeah, I want to go back to the East Coast because we went up to Pennsylvania, and I don't know. Did we talk to you guys about that? I don't know.
No, but you know, I mentioned Silvertung, and you think you guys, them, we're good friends with them, and
really,
we actually met them up in Pennsylvania in February. We were at the Millennium Music Conference, and Hailstorm's producer actually. Sorry, I've got long hair, and it's really bugging me right now.
We've actually got a Silvertung poster on our wall in our basement home office.
They're awesome guys.
They are. Yeah.
Really cool.
Well, we're going to have to introduce you to Justin Sane. He's a radio producer out on the East Coast, and he knows all. He gets to know all of the bands out there, and promotes them on his internet radio
Actually,
station.
I think he is the one that introduced me to Silvertung in the first place.
Cool.
Because he knows all the East Coast. He's from Maine. He lives in Maine, and he knows all the East Coast and the northern bands up there. He's a heck of a promoter, and he's a DJ too, and we've been buddies with him for a while, so we'll have to make sure that when you get ready to head in his direction that you get in touch with him.
Oh, yeah.
What's he go by on Facebook? Mary?
No, Barb White.
Barb White, yeah.
That's his wife.
Yeah, but that's what he goes by on Facebook too.
I think they kicked him off of Facebook because he did so much promoting, and they decided that he was being too much of a.
He wasn't paying him for the promotion.
Yeah, he wasn't paying him for the promotion, so he does all of his personal posting with Barb White, his wife.
Well, we want to remind everybody that you're listening to KKID 92.9 FM Salem Rolla, right here in the heart of the Ozarks. And this is the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio. We've got Nick, the drummer, and Cassandra, the lead singer from Paralandra, on the line with us right now from out of Springfield, Missouri. And we've got another song to play by these guys right now called Give Me a Reason. Cassandra, you want to tell us a little bit about this one?
Sure. So this song I wrote on the way home from work one day. I was supposed to hang out with one of my friends, and she is like one of the flakiest. And she always would cancel plans on me, and it was so annoying. And I was looking forward to hanging out with her. And, of course, she canceled on me again. And so, anyway, when I was driving home, I was really mad. And so I wrote the song, Give Me a Reason! Why you keep me around? Anyway. So, music is a great way to take out your anger and frustration. It's very healthy. But that's kind of what this is. we actually do write really positive, inspiring music every once in a while.
Well, this was the very first Paralandra song that I ever heard that made me go, oh, wow. Oh, I want to hear more of this band.
Good.
Yay!
It is one of our favorites.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's one of the favorites. We get requests for it quite a bit, so that's good.
Well, I want to ask you also, Nick sent me some songs this afternoon that are some of you guys' favorite, and part of our show every week is Bootsy's Band of the Week, and I pick out 2 or 3 songs from whoever happens to be my passing favorite of the week, and I decided that I was going to give that over to you and let this be Paralandra's Bands of the Week, and was wondering if you wanted to stick around after this interview and go right into those 3 songs and introduce them for us.
Well, yeah.
Great.
But right now, this is Paralandra doing Give Me a Reason. Check this out.
You let me
All right, Paralandra. All right, there, doing Give Me a Reason. Now, that's another rocking one right there, let me tell you. That's some good stuff, you guys.
It's a fun one.
Well, you know, while we were listening to that, I looked at Bootsy and I said, does that sound like Many Colored Death to you? And it does have a little bit of Many Colored Death sound to it. There's no doubt about it.
Speaking of Many Colored Death, we're going to have some of that coming up. But before we do, we always like to give our guests who join us here in the basement the opportunity to shout out to whoever they would like to shout out to, because, hey, it's not just our little folks here in Rolla that get to hear you. I post a podcast of this show tomorrow. It'll be on our website as a podcast. We're rebroadcast on Granite Coast Entertainment out of New England on Wednesday nights, and the show will be played again then. So, hey, tomorrow, Paralandra and the Basement Tapes hit the internet together. So, hey, shout out to whoever.
Okay, well, one thing, like, I sent you a few of our favorite artists, and it's kind of hard to do because we know a lot of bands and, whatever, but we have one that I left out on there because I only chose 3, but as a 4th, I want to shout out to the Blinding Lights, and they're a good rock band out of Kansas City. We're good friends with them, so I wanted to kind of shout out to them real quick. But.
Yeah, and I'll shout out to Roush. That's a band that I really wanted to include on the 3. They're one of the bands that we hooked up with when we were up in Pennsylvania last February. They are just fantastic musicians, and so glad that we are friends with them and that we have that connection. But shout out to them, and then family who is watching, whoever, or not watching, but listening, whoever is.
And, of course, I know you want to shout out to all your fans, especially the ones you're making tonight on the Basement Tape Show, too.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening, and like I said, keep up with all of our social media stuff. We're pretty active on there. We've got, obviously, Facebook. It's just facebook.com/Paralandra. We're on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Paralandra_rock. We're on Instagram. We've got our own, not a full website, but an EPK website at www.paralandrarocks.com. We're obviously on YouTube. Look us up on there.
Yeah.
So we're pretty active. So we'll show up all of our calendar dates on there, so hopefully you can come and see us soon. So we're pretty active this month.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys at the Social Room, no doubt about it.
We certainly are. And we always make all of our guests pay for the opportunity to be in the basement with Nick and Bootsy. We ask a little favor, and that little favor is, could you guys record a liner for us?
Well, sure.
Right here live on the show tonight.
And all you got to say is, Nick will say this is Nick, and then Cassandra will say, and this is Cassandra, and we're with Paralandra, and you're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do it.
Right now?
Yeah, like right now.
All right, take one. Clip.
All right, we're ready.
Let's make eye contact so that we say it at the same time.
All right.
Okay.
This is Nick.
This is Cassandra. We are with Paralandra, and you're listening to the Basement Tapes with Nick and Bootsy. Nick, why aren't you saying it with me?
I didn't know we were supposed to sing at the same time.
Well, did you guys get a copy of the itinerary on your Facebook messages that I sent to you just before the show?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the next 3 songs, right?
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone right now.
Okay. Well, you just pull that up, and we're gonna let you guys take over the show and do Paralandra's Bands of the Week. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
All right. Just let me know. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, the show is going over to Paralandra here out of Springfield, Missouri. We got Nick and Cassandra. They're going to introduce the next 3 tunes for you guys out there.
All right. First one we have is from the band The Many Colored Death, and this song is The Spider. These guys actually have a rock background, and King's X is a big influence, and we kind of have that in common with our band. So, yeah, without further ado, here's the song.
Okay, you got two more because we play 3 in a row.
Yeah, so go ahead and introduce all 3 of them.
Okay, the next one is going to be Silvertung. It's their song Never Too Late, produced by David Ivory. Really awesome guy, helped out with Hailstorm. So this is a fantastic song that he helped out with. Really great guy.
Yeah, and then last is T.R.O.Y. And this is all capitals, but they're known for the band name The Reality of Yourself. That's what T.R.O.Y. actually stands for. And this song is called Dead Man. This is one of my personal favorites. It's a really hard rock song. So I hope you all enjoy these. Should be a good laugh.
All right, and this is the Many Colored Death doing the Spider. Check it out.
from Kiss. I hope you're having a good night out there. You're listening to Nick and Bootsy on the Basement Tapes. Wow, come on now.
The razor's edge don't lie when you slide it. Don't close your eyes. You might miss the show you started. It's your time to change those fears you're hiding down below, where things get so distorted now. 'Cause it's hard to find things you wanna say. Tied up in how it got this way. Reach down low, screaming yeah. too late, never too late to shake hands. Never too late, never too late to make it right. When life gets tough, we can make it better. Turn the page and set it aside. Never too late, never too late to make it right, 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 right. It's never too late, never too late, never too late to shake it. Never too late to make it right. Yeah, never too late, never too late, never too late. Never too late, never too late, never too late to make it.
Hello, we're the Invisible World, and you're listening to Nick and Bootsy on the Basement Tapes.
Oh, man, good stuff. That was T.R.O.Y, The Reality of Yourself, out of Springfield, doing Dead Band. Before that, Silvertung doing Never Too Late. And then we started out with Many Colored Death doing The Spider. Oh, yeah, are you guys still with us over there?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That had to be one heck of a show last night.
That you guys did with T.R.O.Y?
Do what?
That show you guys did with T.R.O.Y, that had to be
a
one rocking show, man.
Yeah, it was.
Man.
And you were up till 5 a.m. this morning?
Yeah. Well, we had to bring our own PA and all that stuff, and then we had to take it down, and then we got a detour by our bandmate, and so it was really fun though.
Things like that happen.
Yeah, the stuff itself was great. Absolutely loved it.
Hey, that liner that you heard after the Many-Colored Death of Paul Stanley from Kiss, that was actually Brent from the Many-Colored Death doing his best Paul Stanley imitation.
Oh my gosh.
And,
you were like, what the heck?
And when he got done with it, Preston looked at him and said, "Okay, Paul, here's your $10 and your pack of smokes. Now get the hell out of here."
I think if you show the benefit of the doubt, that sounded pretty realistic to me.
He
does a good job of Paul Stanley, that's for sure.
And we've actually got we do happy birthdays every week too, and we actually have a happy birthday that Brent did as Paul Stanley. That's just that's amazing. But we really, really, really want to thank you guys for taking the time to hang out with us tonight, and even hang out a little bit extra and introduce the last 3 bands that we played. We cannot wait to come and see you next weekend, and we're going to give you your final minute. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our listeners before we move on?
Well, we talked about possibly redoing our liner.
Okay, we can let you do that.
You know what I think you guys should do? You should get your other 2 band members together and just record it with all 4 of you, and then just email us a good one. Yeah. How's that sound?
We can do that.
That would be really cool.
We can do that, no problem.
All right. Well, it's a Paralandra from out of Springfield, Missouri. If you get a chance, go see those guys. They are a kick-ass band from out of Springfield. They and check out their Facebook and their other social websites that they have to offer out there, because they are definitely an up-and-coming super group that you're going to see a lot more of.
We're certainly hoping we get to see a lot more of it. We're hoping that now T.R.O.Y is going to be here in Rolla sometime this summer, and I've already been making noise about getting Paralandra to Rolla too. So don't be surprised if I can get you here.
Pleasure, yeah.
All right, guys, thanks a lot, and say hi to the other band members for us, please.
We will.
Thank you for having us. Really
Thank you. And once you've been in the basement, you'll be back again, we promise.
You're part of the Basement Tapes family now.
All right.
Cool.
You guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, it's time for birthdays right now. We've got a pretty good list of birthdays this week for you guys out there. Let me get my glasses on here. Today is Jenny Highbreeder's birthday. Happy birthday, Jenny. Today would have also been one of my best friend's birthdays, AJ. I want to say happy birthday to him. We miss him very much. What a great guy. AJ had more best friends than anybody I know.
That's because AJ was a best friend.
He was just one of them kind of guys that just everybody loved him, no doubt about it, and we all miss him very much. But today would have been his birthday too, and I always remembered that because his birthday always fell right on Flag Day, and today's Flag Day. I hope you guys are out there flying your flags. Let me see, who else have we got here? Let's see, Ralph Williams, happy birthday this week. A couple more birthdays this week. Chris Coleman, a great musician. Timbo Medal, very happy to him. What a great guitar player there. Brenda Turner Shrivers, a happy birthday to Brenda this week. Sasha Stratman, I wonder if she's related to Andrew. Anyway, she's having a birthday this week. Judy Ashbury, happy birthday to you. Murray Langdon, he's a great drummer. Happy birthday to Murray this week. Allison Smothers, happy birthday. Vicki Marie McCracken, happy birthday this week. Let me see who else I got here. Kimberly Wagner, happy birthday. Mark Leathers is having a birthday. Happy birthday, Mark. LaDonna Reinhardt, she's going to have a birthday. And Leanna Rose McLean is going to have a birthday this week, too. Do you have any more birthdays?
I have a couple. Mickey Beach's birthday is this week. Mickey used to be a co-worker of mine at the VCC, and he moved on to the Kansas City area, but he's still having a birthday. Debbie Bird, Mick Bird's wife.
Oh,
Debbie Bird's
happy
having
birthday,
a birthday
Debbie.
this week. Did you get Angela Keene?
No, not
Chris
yet.
Keene's lovely wife, Angela's having a birthday this week.
Happy birthday, Angela.
And that's the rest of the birthdays are the same as yours.
Except for Tom Juno. Tom's having a birthday
Tom
this
having
week.
a birthday this week? Oh my gosh! Happy birthday, Tom!
He's going to be about 250 by the time the year gets over. All right. So if you're having a birthday this week and we didn't mention your name, we want to wish you a very happy birthday this week too. This is for you guys having a birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
I had to get in on that at the end.
All right. Happy birthday, you guys. I hope you have a great week this week. All right. So
that was Happy Birthday with Colin Nash.
Oh, okay. That's who that. I wasn't quite sure who was singing in the background there with me. Anyway, happy birthday, you guys. You are in the basement with Nick Thomas and Bootsy Hambone. And we are bringing you guys some of the coolest indie music that the whole world has to offer as well. Because, you know, everybody's local to somewhere. Next week, you don't want to miss the show. We've got Rick Gillert and LeVan Gwynn's going to be in. They were our first guests on the first Basement Tape show that we had guests in the basement.
Yep, and they're bringing Curtis Rose with them, too, I believe. The Brand of Desperados, all three of them. And I told them they couldn't come in the door unless LeVara was there first.
Well, of course. Yeah.
I always want LeVara in the basement.
Yeah, that's right. And don't ask Rick if he is wearing...
We won't go there. No, we won't go there.
Well, boxers or briefs.
We won't go there.
Let's don't do that again. Because he said neither. All right. We still got some great music lined up for you guys right now. The next up, we got from out of Columbia, Missouri, John Galbraith. We have had him on the show. He's an amazing guitar player and songwriter, and he's going to do a tune for you called Cross and Henry. I believe those are two names of streets. Mm-hmm. So, I've heard songs, like 24th and Main or, stuff like this. One's a little different. Cross and Henry are the name of the streets for this song, which is a little different. Then out of Waynesville, Missouri, Christiana. We've had her on the show just fairly recently, too. What a great singer-songwriter. And she's going to do a tune for you called Not Waiting on the Stars. And then out of Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, a band called Highland Drive doing a tune called No More Running. So, man, you're in the basement with Nick and Bootsy. This is some good stuff. This is John Galbraith doing Cross and Henry. Check it out.
Where my daddy and pin me to that little white church I've always known, where my daddy tried to save me, save my soul and carry me home, save my soul and carry me
This is Gene from Southern Edge Band. You're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy. Rock on.
This is gonna cause more confusion than a mouse in a burlesque show.
You're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy. Rock on.
Can a girl reach the horizon from a house on Dogwood Lane, where one day leads to another and nothing seems to change? Looking up into the night sky seems to end, makes me think maybe I can. I'm not waiting on the stars, just hoping they align before I start running after the dreams I hope to find. That I belong. They say that every journey begins with that first step, but I'm the one who has to take it or live with my regret. Telling me it's time. I'm not waiting on the stars, just hoping they align before I start running after the dreams I hope to find, going through that open door. That I belong. I'm not waiting on the stars to find the place that I belong. Can a girl reach the horizon from a house on Dogwood Lane? This
This is Christiana, and you're listening to the one and only Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio.
That's Highland Drive right there out of Canada, doing a little tune called No More Running. That's a nice, smooth, easy flowing song right there for you guys. Before that, Christiana out of Waynesville doing Not Waiting on the Stars. And John Gilbray started it out with Crossin' Henry. Good stuff right here in the basement. We want to remind everybody, listen to the morning show every week morning, Monday through Friday, and get a chance to get in on that drawing for that $5,000. That's some good stuff. And get in on there on the backwards song of the day and stuff. They have a lot of fun on the morning show with Steve and Jesse and Stan. Stan the man, he's something else. He was out there, him and Steve were out there at the Lions Club today with, and they got a chance to hear Nick and Bootsy up on stage. First time Stan ever got to actually see us live.
Yeah, he actually posted a picture of us on the K-Kid Facebook page, didn't he?
Yes, he did. So, yeah, check that out. We had a great time, too. It's all for a good cause. So, that was pretty cool. And then listen to the Living Room Chair Show every Saturday night from about, I think, well, evening. It starts in the evening or afternoon from about 4 o'clock until about 10 o'clock. Dusty plays the coolest jam band stuff you've ever heard on the radio. He has a great show, so be sure and check that out. We got a couple more tunes lined up for you guys tonight. This tune coming up next is a band called Next to the Tracks from out of New Mexico / Texas. And they've come through Rolla several times in the past. They've been on the Basement Tape Show. And they played mainly out there at the Somewhere Else Bar and Grill. But they put on a fantastic show. It's a 3-piece band. And the lead singer and guitarist, I mean, he can do a mean Stevie Ray Vaughan, let me tell you.
They played out on the stage behind John's Firestone for St. Pat's, not this past year.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff. They are fantastic. And then we're going to play a Nick Thomas song. Well, actually, this is a song I usually, record my own stuff, but this one I recorded a song by the Grateful Dead, West LA Fade Away, which is one of Dusty's favorite songs from the Living Room Chair Show. He usually plays it by somebody every week. So I decided to do my own version of that. So this one goes out to Dusty, my little Nick Thomas doing West LA Fade Away. So, hey, we're glad you guys joined us in the basement. We hope you guys have a fantastic week this week, and join us next week for Rick and LeVan in the basement. They're going to be a lot of fun. So I don't know what else to say, but have a great evening. This is Next to the Tracks doing Rain.
Keep on the rain, wants to touch her enough to break through walls in the night. These tired eyes have lost their wonder, but still feel the need to try. Her way of calling me with one simple move. She puts me in my place. Clouds align, flowers and trees, shaking bed just to see her face. Watch me as I try. Watch me fall again. Try to reach the sky and become the rain. She doesn't know, she don't care. There's roses at her feet and stardust in her hair. She sits and wonders why this happens all the time. She doesn't feel the rain. She said I just might fall for you. touch her. I'm thinking, so do I. One part.
Show. Bootsy and Nick on the radio. Sunday nights is the place to be. Sitting in the basement with Nick and Bootsy. They're playing tunes from all the local bands. A lot of great music from here in America's heartland. Now Bootsy, she plays a left-hand bass. She plays it with a lot of finesse and grace. Nick, he plays a mean guitar. The blues sound good coming out of his amplifier. The tunes, the live interviews, spontaneous, awesome stuff. So on Sunday night, let's all do it right.